Okay, so we're dealing with a number of fish here, and they are grouped data, so we need to remember that when we're working through. We're asked to write down the modal class. Modal class is the most common class, so we need to have a look down the numbers court and say which one's the highest. This one, 35. Therefore, the modal class is that. So, part A, modal class is 41 to 45. Simple as that. Part B, estimate the mean length of the fish caught. Okay, why does it say estimate? Well, the point is that we don't actually know what the length of the fish were individually. We've grouped them. So when we estimate this, we have to use one particular number. We're going to pick the midpoint of these. So we're going to add a new part to our table. Where we're going to put the midpoints in. So, having a look at the midpoints, this first one's a little bit more complicated than the rest. 32.5, then 38, 43, 48, 53, and 58. And these are each of our new midpoints. Okay, now to work out the mean, we need to times our midpoint by the number of times we've got our midpoint. So we're going to add another new one in, where we're going to have our frequency times our mid value. Okay, when we times those out, you get 227.5, 532, 1505, 1104, 636, and 522. Now, to find the mean, we have to times by the sum of our values over how many values there were. We can use the cumulative frequency, the last point of it, that tells us exactly how many values we've got. And the sum of our values, well in this case we've had to use the midpoints times the frequencies, so we want the sum of these values here. Okay, so we will sum that up, and what we find is that equals 4526.5. So the mean equals 4526.5 over 100, or in other words, it's 45.265 centimeters. Okay, final part of this question is estimate the median length of the fish. So how are we going to do that? Well, the first thing we need to realise is that we are using continuous data. What that means is that the median, the number where it's at, equals just n over 2. In this case, that's 100 divided by 2, so that's 50. So it's the 50th number. Now if we look down the cumulative frequency, we can see that the 50th number is in here. How far do we have to go from 21 to get to 50? We have to go 29 in, and we can see that this particular class is 35 wide. And therefore, we are 29 35ths of the way into this class. So 29 out of 35 into the class. So now we have to think, oh, how wide is our class? Well, we are told that we're in the 41 to 45 class, but actually we've got to take into account rounding here. So we are in a class that starts at 40.5 and goes up to 45.5. So its width is actually 5. So we were 29 35ths of the way into the class, so we are 29 35ths of 5 into the class. And our lowest value that we had was 40.5. So we are 29/35 of 5 above 40.5. Now, when you put that in, you will get 44.64286. That's not realistic for the number of significant figures we've got. So, the median, I would say, is 44.6 centimetres. And that is our question done.